From young Peter to old Peter, it took me 10 years to finally solve this water leakage issue. Indoors, a water leakage sensor detects the presence of water and then sends out a start command via a LoRa module. Outdoors, the device at the drainage outlet receives the LoRa signal and activates the water pump to suck out the water, a perfect solution. Hello everyone. Today, old Peter will talk about how open-source IoT devices can solve the problem of air conditioner condensation dripping. Let me take you back to when I was still young Peter. Not long after I moved into my new home, I encountered a problem. The air conditioner's condensate water wasn't draining properly, causing seepage. Naturally, I contacted the AC manufacturer first, and they were quite responsive, sending over a technician promptly. The technician suspected the drain pipe was clogged, so he used a high-pressure nitrogen tank to inject compressed gas into the condensate pipe at the AC unit, clearing the blockage through pressure. Honestly, it worked for a few months. Then autumn and winter came, we stopped using the AC, and I didn't pay much attention to the issue anymore. The next summer, the problem returned. I called the company again, the technician repeated the nitrogen method, and again, it lasted a few more months. This cycle continued for several years. Each time the technician would either use the high-pressure nitrogen or even just suck on the pipe himself. Surprisingly, that actually helped temporarily. Later on, I felt it was inconvenient to keep calling the company, so I decided to buy a manual vacuum pump myself, or sometimes just sucked on the pipe directly. I also looked up solutions online and saw some users recommending drain cleaners, which I tried too, but they didn't work at all. I started to suspect that, in my case, the pipe wasn't really blocked. Maybe it was just too narrow for gravity-based flow to work smoothly. At one point, I tried connecting a hose under the indoor unit where water dripped most frequently, directing the water outside. It worked, but it looked really ugly, especially since it was in my son's room, and over time, I worried it might affect his sense of aesthetics. Years passed like this, and I realized I was getting less and less effective with these manual methods, probably because I had become older, my lung capacity declined, and sucking on pipes just wasn't doing the trick anymore. So I contacted the manufacturer again, but they said my system was already past the 5-year warranty period and refused to help further. Although I argued that the problem had never been truly resolved, their attitude became increasingly indifferent. After all, the water was dripping into my house. I had no choice but to find a better solution. Since physical strength wasn't on my side anymore, I thought of finding a more powerful device. After extensive searching, I discovered that a large vacuum cleaner could do the job. Simply connect one end of the vacuum to the outdoor drain outlet and turn it on to remove the water. However, this meant going outside every day to operate the vacuum, while also enduring mosquito bites, very annoying indeed. Even during this time, I kept trying to negotiate with the manufacturer. Eventually, they told me their company had introduced a condensate water booster pump, explaining that the original installation of the AC drain pipe lacked sufficient slope, requiring a pump to enhance the drainage capability. They said every room needed one, and there might be some noise. When I asked if they could install it for free, they refused based on the expired warranty. Over the years, as I accumulated experience in IoT research development and production, I began thinking whether there was a smarter way to tackle this problem. After many discussions with my son, we designed the following system architecture. When an indoor water leak sensor detects water accumulation, it sends a start command via a LoRa module. The outdoor device at the drainage outlet receives the LoRa signal and automatically starts the water pump to drain the water, perfectly resolving the leakage issue. I've always believed that artificial intelligence first emerged through language and text, followed by images and videos, because those are the easiest types of data to collect and process. Going forward, AI needs to go beyond words and visuals. It must be applied to the physical world. To achieve that, objects need to be connected. Sensors should gather real-world data, and actuators should change the state of physical things. Only when we reach that stage can we truly call it intelligent. The open-source smart hardware and platform we have developed aim to help more engineers accelerate this transformation, making the vision of connected intelligent things a reality.